I don't know. That's we'll just have to continue exploring. Okay, I is here. I has arrived. Oh, this is a hard thing to do. Should I should I continue
Again.
Son of a bitch. Chicago typewriter. Son of a bitch.
The Chicago typewriter. Who says I don't love the press?
I should upgrade the handgun. The cube gun, I mean.
The cube gun.
The
Gun cube.
Actually, the cube gun is pretty cool though. You know why?
It is cool.
Unlimited ammo, and just in case you run out of ammo, well, make sure you no, make sure you don't run out of pistol ammo, so that way um, you have more in the chamber for switching up to your cube gun.
Yeah, you know what? That's right, because it does need ammo. It needs like it has, but it just needs 5 bullets. But it always
Right.
recalls every bullet,
Correct.
basically. Yeah.
So if you can reserve at least 5 from your main weapon, your main pistol, then that'll be great. So at least, you know. And it's a great backup weapon just in case you run out of ammo.
Yeah, it does pretty good damage too. Actually, right now I have the cube gun at +4, and it's actually doing more damage per bullet than my main rifle, and it does more damage. It does more per bullet than the typewriter, and it also does more damage per bullet than the M60 bone saw.
Hmm.
So like it is like at close range, it's a very deadly and like pretty high damage weapon, like relative to automatic weapons in the game.
Right. And I can't differentiate between the AR-47, the Hunt Master, or the Chicago Typewriter for an upgrade. Because they just consume so much ammo.
Yeah. Cube gun.
Whereas,
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say the thing I didn't really realize about the cube gun is that like its mod basically shoots that weird cube aura that basically blocks bullets and attacks. Something like uh was it
Yeah.
900 damage of incoming enemy projectiles? So that's pretty cool.
Yee.
It also does damage. It also does basically the same AoE effect as like it did in that puzzle.
Hmm. Okay, hold that thought. One sec. Bathroom.
All right.
This better be good. What you got? Okay, we're done.
You know what? Staff of the Red Doe might actually be a good melee weapon for me. Just because like it does healing and that would kind of fit my archetype. I'm shit sick.
You interested in Baldur's Gate 3?
No. Honestly, like nothing. I don't know. Like nothing isometric. Is Baldur's Gate isometric?
I think it probably is.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I just don't get anything out of it. I don't know. Like just I don't know. I'm not super stoked about trying it. See, we got here battery, range hits increase next weak spot hit by 10%, stack, max 5 stacks. Continuously aiming increases range damage up to 10 over 3 seconds. Dervish, melee damage when activating a skill. Increasing this weapon modulator 10%. Mod damage by 10. Melee damage when great health is present. Melee attacks grant shield 2% max health. Damn, a lot of melee ones. Reloading increases the damage this weapon's next shot by 10%. Lasts. That's a good for a single shot right there. The Slayer. Weapon Lord. Basic melee attacks increase the next shot. Okay, I'm sensing a theme with all these mutators. Like, use melee weapons. We need to try and like balance this so that like melee weapons are actually plausible. Ooh. The continuously aiming one looks pretty interesting. All right.
Ready to party.
All right. All right. Touch the crystal.
Okay.
Why don't you go outside and touch crystal? How about that?
What's the crystal? Mmm. That sounds kinky.
How about you come inside and touch controller?
Oh. Yikes.
my friend.
Those are really some really fucking stupid reading.
Yikes.
Going to end rude. Seeker's rest.
And the root. What is taking so long with this stupid air conditioner? So we went to the range for like an hour.
Maybe for like an hour, maybe for a little bit more. I think we got there at like 11, and
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't really check the. I didn't really check like 11:38, something like that, and I didn't really check the time until I got done cleaning my rifle, which was like around 4:30.
Oh, so it's like near closing.
Well, that's the thing. We got done, we went home, I sat down and cleaned my rifle for like, I want to say at least an hour, and I looked at the time. It's like, huh, 4:30 right now. It's been like a, and I just don't remember how much that was range time and how much that was actually what do you call it, cleaning. It's been a while cleaning.
It's just a.
Oh, have you gone outside in this area?
Yeah.
Whoa, what the hell? That is weird.
Oh yeah, the weird flexy weird flippy metal.
Oh.
Oh, is this the entrance?
But it's only a little thick so far.
This is so weird. Yeah, oh,
This is one of the starting locations. What the fuck is that?
What is impossible?
Where did you come from? How did you find Nerud?
I don't know. We went to the Stargate SG-1 portal. You damn kids!
Stop fucking looking.
Your presence creates new, interesting possibilities. I have many questions.
No.
Find my tower within the wastes beyond. Look for a glowing white orb held aloft to the heavens. There, you will find
Evans, oh, there's Christianity here.
Oh, that's why everything's all shit. Oh my god, I was about to say, is it like fuck it, like this place is so fucking weird.
I'm getting Alien
I didn't-
Isolation vibes. Oh.
I just guys fucked this place up so badly, like for real. You were like weird, like bird-nosed freaks. Oh, we have to get off and get back on. You got all the way. These assholes got all the way to the center of the universe. They couldn't figure out a better solution than just a pressure plate, huh?
Oh, by the way, I like the bidet.
Oh yeah, no, I bet it's good. Bet it's good.
I actually burnt my balls.
You burnt your balls.
I didn't realize that.
Ah!
I didn't realize it was on the hot position.
Oh, why would you want to boil my ass?
Oh God. Ooh. But then I like the massaging effect.
Okay. There we go. Now we should be in the outside area.
Yeah, the
What is this area? Man, I've
Fancy
never.
place.
No. Whoa. I'm detecting something up ahead. Oh shit.
All right, get to the checkpoint. So apparently the back the. Are you gonna touch the?
We're in combat.
Oh, oh.
There we go.
You know, combat is just a state of mind, bro. You're fighting in your mind, so that's why you can't touch the pistol.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. They're coming.
They're ejaculating. Oh god, they're ejaculating everywhere.
Oh man. Whoa. Whoa.
So yeah, the backstory for this one is that like this is like a space-faring civilization that managed to like get to find the center of the universe, which is that supermassive black hole in the sky. And they built basically like an astro like a massive like I don't know what you call it, like a massive astro construction, like a weird satellite planetoid sort of like orbiting around the center of the universe. A Dyson sphere. Not quite, 'cause that like that envelops a star. And like this is something that's like more of like a giant like a floating satellite.
Same
Or
principle.
like I guess
Ooh, what's that
I guess
purple
you're
thing?
right.
Get that purple. Purple. Purple nurple. Nurple.
Yeah, they built a giant like astro construction to basically like an artificial like a world to live on an orbit that
Range
just
on
ended
fire.
Earth.
Or just spread. Try it out.
What the fuck? I'm already dead?
Ooh, galvanized iron.
Galganized iron.
Gal Gadot iron.
Gal Gadot iron. Oh, she's made of iron. So.
Gal Gadot. That just sounds like one step away from like the gamer bathwater thing.
Iron woman.
Iron Woman. It's instead of gamer girl bathwater. It's Zionist gunmetal.
Shoot to fire.
shoot, kill to die.
Holy crap! What the? Oh, what are these? Ooh, what's this?
There he is.
What the fuck is that?
Is that a mini boss?
Yep. destroyed it.
Oh god. You know what? Maybe these guys, their civilization collapsed. They spent too much time building a bunch of different types of weird bug robots with lasers, and they should have just invested in a broom.
Yeah.
Fucking get this dust shit. Like, this is ridiculous.
Let's go this way towards the
Wait, what the?
The thing.
Ooh, that's a huge.
For some reason, I was like, why can't I zoom? Place is big. I'm out of ammo.
I can't carry any more of that.
Oh, dead.
Oh. The cube gun is not very useful out here.
Really?
Well, I missed shooting at the drone and the cubes flew in the sky and it basically just stood there waiting for them to like go into the skybox and then come back eventually. So I couldn't shoot it. So don't miss. If you're in like a...
Just reload.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, if you manually press reload, it comes back.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Oh, we got two structures to look at.
If you think about it, these structures are all just nose-shaped because the aliens have like weird long beak faces. Everyone just every like this is a civilization that was actually created the image of like a Zack Hadel animation.
We need
I don't
new
know.
gear.
Let me in!
I guess we just need to explore around some more. Uncover all the reds. Okay.
At the edges of the map are actually poisonous. Like you start, your character lose starts growing up. Yeah.
Like a border, yeah.
This place is totally. Oh, I don't know. You.
Where'd you go?
He just fell off and died.
Yeah, I
Oh,
lagged
saw that.
and I kept moving that way.
Did you do the thing where you're like a rolling in place, like over like a patch of butter, trying to not fall off?
For some, it's like I'm getting lag inputs. I don't know why. Not using that much bandwidth.
You can shoot that. I put the seeker's key in there. I don't. Maybe it's open now.
I think we need to find more keys is what we have to do. It's sort of like the mural. We have to find like we have to get like the different quest items and like slot it into this this big to open the big door. So segment core. I found entrance to the core tower, but it's locked. We need to find the keys. Yeah, we need to find like the different keys to unlock this core tower.
Oh, it's a ghost spirit thing.
What the fuck is that? What is that? It's screaming. Is that? Oh, that's literally the ghost in the machine.
Ghost in the machine.
It's got like a weird pregnant belly. I don't like that.
Okay, now my lag stopped. What the fuck?
Maybe the ghost was lagging your machine. Got a lumite crystal.
I lagged towards the edge of that cliff. And so it made me
You're over here already.
fall off.
Ascension Spire over there.
Every time they start doing some transhumanist bullshit, this always happens.
Oh yeah. Sexual healing. Makes me feel so fine. Can't wait to release my mind. Grab my medicine. Open up and let me in. I can't wait for you to operate. I can't wait for you to operate.
Alright, let's go in here.
You know, there's armor to
Whoa, who's this dude? This is a guy.
We're just doing this shit.
Against all predictions, you stand before me.
meet the custodian.
Breathing. An impossibility made
Yeah, I got a
manifest.
custodian.
I can achieve it.
Others would have wept at the sight. How you came.
Travel through a giant red crystal.
Were I not otherwise occupied, I would certainly investigate this phenomenon. Alas, only I understand the irrevocable impact your presence would have had on the Drazir. Yet, it is for the sake of the Drazir that I must reluctantly divert my attentions. I need your help to save this world, to save Nerud and all Drazir from entropy. I am the custodian, set in charge of this ship and its people. To fulfill my duties, I must acquire full control of Nerud's functioning.
Wait, you said the word, you said world, and now you said ship?
One and the same. Nerud is a construct, a world made not of stone, but of science. I control all of Nerud save one thing, the core. The Seekers hid it away within their tower. Beyond my grasp. The Seekers are gone, but their keys remain. You must acquire these keys and enter their tower. Once inside, you need only shut down the core. I can then do what is needed. It is the only way to save Nerud.
I have some questions, dude.
Answer as best I can.
I'm looking for being great power. You're trying to save this from entropy, but that's sort of like what the wolf guy said. He's like, I'm going to conquer death and become immortal by becoming one with the root, or whatever, and end the cycle of life and death, and just be like a petrified, like rotting, like a tree shit. Hide my intelligence. That was like that was literally the motivation of the last like boss from the previous world. And you're saying you're just trying to end entropy, dude. I get it, but I think you sound like the villain from like the other story. I'm looking for beings of great power. Do you know any?
There is little left in Nerud save the sundered remnants of the Drazir.
Oh, he said it in the game.
I'm afraid I cannot offer assistance on this matter.
What is this place?
This is Nerud, the home
It's
and silver
itchy.
container of the once great Drazir. It was created to find other life in the universe. Unfortunately, it found
Get up, get up.
until
Get up, get
you
up.
came, of course. Our journey brought us here, to the center
Wake up,
of the
wake up,
universe.
wake up, wake up.
The Druzir studied the phenomenon for many years. Within it, they found the secrets of creation itself. Naturally, the Druzir wished to enter the phenomenon, to meet their creators, as it were. Sadly, that turned out to be more dangerous than was calculated.
Waiting next to the code.
The core will give me access to the ship's controls. It is the only way that I can save the Druzir.
How will controlling the ship help you save them?
With control of the ship, I can jump into Ellipsis Torah. I have performed every calculation. And this is the only logical course of action. The only way to save the Druzir.
What happened to the Druzir?
That is a tragic tale. But I will oblige. The Druzir wished to enter Ellipsis Torah.
Hey, Obey, how you doing?
It was the only way for them to acquire the knowledge they needed.
Feeling a little
They
sleepy?
did not do so blindly. They knew the risks, but all calculations showed success as a strong
Yeah.
road.
We're just playing Remnant 2.
Actually happened
But
to the
how was your day, your weekend, your week, your life,
Nerud entered.
your past
The
lives?
stars still burned. But time moves slowly
It's
with
okay.
Ellipsis Torah. Only a century
we've been
passed
busy.
for Nerud.
Yeah.
Outside,
It sounds like it.
universe died.
least you-
I installed
Long,
the
slow
toilet,
death.
or the bidet. I helped with the cementing of our pathway to the garden. We're still doing that one though.
Oof. Yeah, that sounds like really a lot of hard work.
It is. I do kind of enjoy it with my mom though.
That's nice.
Except for when like it's like really hot outside and no man.
I kind of sat out in the sun for, like an idiot, because like, oh, I'm gonna clean my rifle now. I'm back from the range. So I'm just gonna do it outdoors. So any of the cleaning stuff I use isn't gonna, like, I don't know, like kind of fill up the house or whatever. And I ended up sitting there. Do you know how so I need to deal with the corrosion and the carbon buildup like separately, right? So just get rid of the salts out of the rifle from the ammo I use. And
Bath salts.
I just disassembled the rifle and just ran the parts through like our backyard hose on the jet setting, a little nozzle, which that worked really well to actually cool it all down, because it was very warm, and flush out all the salts from every part of the gun. And then I spent the next I want to say hour covering spreading solvents and scrubbing every part of the rifle until I got all the carbon and like metal fouling out. And my dad just like gave me like a glass of lemonade to sit me out there. He goes, "Hey, are you sure you want to do that like inside? It's kind of hot out here." And I was like, "Well," I was like, "Well, you know, I don't want to gas out the house. Last time I might have used those mineral spirits to clean my magazines. I kind of did that in the house, and that was a bad idea." You're like, "Well, you can finish up in here." So they clear out the table, and I just finished like putting a nice like coating of oil over all the parts, so it's nice and shiny and protected. And I ended up taking a nap because I didn't actually sleep from last night in between then and going shooting. And I woke up and it's like my skin feels a little stiff in parts of my body. And I look and goes, "Oh, I've been sunburned." Doesn't hurt though. It's fine. You know what I mean?
Gotta wear your sunscreen, sunbro.
The sun doesn't need sunscreen. The sun is my friend. It would never give me cancer. I had a lot of fun though.
That's good, that's good. I've been looking up Philippine law just in case. Since we're going on vacation.
Yeah, just it's good. That's actually pretty wise. Just learning the laws of any country you're not like familiar with. You don't live in, I
There's
guess.
some weird. Yeah, there's some weird ones in here. Hold on, let me try to find them.
There is no other course of action available.
Where's that
Nothing
tab? I have a lot of
exists in
tabs.
the universe except
I have
for
too many
Nerud
tabs.
and Alepsis Torah. If the Drazir can be saved at all,
Oh
it will
god, I
be
have way
within
too
the
many
seat
tabs.
of creation.
Oh, but did you know Mr. Beast did a real life raft?
What?
You know the
That
game
sounds.
raft?
I know exactly what you're talking about. That just sounds like he's just doing some like Ocean Gate shit, but just above the water line. Exactly what someone with too much money would do is to go out to sea.
He took his team out into the middle of the ocean on a big raft.
Not in the ocean. He learned his mistake. He learned from his peers not to do that.
Above the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And oh shoot, I forgot my train of thought.
Alepsis Torah is a supermassive black hole.
Oh yeah, so
unlike
7
anything
days.
else previously
The
encountered.
challenge is 7 days. They
Hmm.
were sick by day 4. Day 3,
Yeah, I
actually.
bet. Yeah, no, see, it's funny, with no, like, anything to protect you from the sun or any of the elements, it will kill you real quick. You will get very not good very fast.
Yeah, so the first thing that they did was like try to build a shelter on
It may
their
seem
raft.
counterintuitive, but
To
my
shield them from the
calculations
sun
are
and the
without
rain.
error. This is the only logical course of
Yeah,
action.
but they had to
and the
rebuild it because
only
it
way
wasn't
to
like
save the Drazir. Nerud's
doing
fate
well,
is in
like
your hands.
waterproofing or anything.
You're saying this raft was not seaworthy. That's what that sounds like. There's a word for that. It's not seaworthy.
The blankets weren't. The
Oh.
sheets that they brought.
Oh.
Oh, they did have like 2 barrels of water. And so when they were 1/3 in, actually there was 1/3 left of water in the barrel, and at that point they haven't showered in like days. And they dropped the ladle in the water.
No, and they put their disgusting, like, ape appendages in to go get the ladle.
Yeah.
Oh,
As
ow.
soon as they did that,
Whoa, is this a mini boss?
as soon as they did that, they were like, we can't drink this water anymore, it's contaminated again.
You're going to die!
They were down to 1 barrel left.
Oh.
And apparently the water barrel, the barrel full of water was like really warm, like almost hot.
Yeah, it was in the sun all the time. Oh, that sounds.
They passed through 3 storms.
That's great.
Oh, is that?
I don't know. I approve of this. The people who have money should just like, I don't know, play like just live their lives like they're in a video game, and not realizing they don't respawn.
We instantly regretted that it wasn't another 50-hour challenge instead of 7-fold.
Oh god.
1 week on shore. They were getting seasick and no sleep because it was rocking and creaking. And then when it rained, it was really cold.
So, would you believe that people, in times of old, people were press ganged into joining the Navy? And when I say press gang, I mean they found a local drunk person on the floor of a tavern and kidnapped him and said, "You're in the Royal Navy now." What? Oh, this sucks. I didn't want to do that. I know. If anyone wanted to do it, if anyone wanted to do this willingly, we wouldn't be kidnapping people to do it. Live on this boat and shit.
Oh, dang. That sucks.
I know. The British Navy, protecting protecting the Empire with some people we found lying on the floor of a tavern.
Oh, that's insane.
Oh god. I think that was like the war, what the War of 1812 was about. The war where like the British burned down the White House. That's what the war was over. The British like Navy would just like come across some American ships and they just would just kidnap them and says you're in the Navy now. And then we ended up they kept doing that shit. They love doing it. Just kidnapping anyone they come across and just says you're in the Navy. But I'm American. But I'm Filipino.
Hey,
But I'm Harry.
they got
No, 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 no.
basic training.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it said tinnitus.
Tinnitus Station. It's so loud in here. Oh god. Oh my god. But yeah, no, it was really rough.
Oh, so those laws in the Philippines. Did you know that there's one case where you can get away with murder?
Oh, son.
Really?
Yeah. And that is the form of adultery.
So if someone cheats, if your spouse cheats on you, like your legal spouse, then you have the right to kill them, or at least you have a legal defense to basically not go to jail for murdering your spouse.
Yeah, if you.
Or is it if you have proof? Okay. Oh my god. There's not a lot of people filming what's going on in the bedroom in the Philippines, I imagine. Ooh, that's really rough. That sounds like a parody. That sounds like a parody of like an ultra Catholic country, to be honest. It's horrible.
Because it is.
It is a. Don't they crucify people for real up there?
I have no idea about that, but like.
I remember. Oh, I saw like a Filipino like Easter Sunday procession. And a part of like the procession is that they had an actual guy dressed as Jesus like crucified on the cross, and they carried him around on the cross. They didn't like flog him and like nail his hands and feet to the cross, but they did tie his limbs onto it, and just wearing a loincloth and like a crown of thorns, just in the hot sun, half naked. Yeah.
It could be worse. He could be fully clothed in winter wear.
This is your penance. This is how you show that you love Jesus. We're gonna dry you out like a prune.
Oh, the one that's really worrisome is the one of defamation.
Oh yeah.
What the?
Is that secret?
What was that?
You can get thrown in jail for like
Too.
by supposedly defaming somebody, and cyber libel is
Right,
part of
back
that.
up.
If you say something bad about someone on the internet, you can be thrown in jail in the Philippines.
Exactly. Yeah, and whether it's
That's
true
like
or
this
not,
way, I think.
they can sue you.
What's that?
So even
That's-
if it ends up being true, they can sue you.
That's because you said it. That's so fucked up. I do know that I do know like the creator of 4chan and the
Oh,
creator of
sorry.
8chan ended up like getting to a legal thing in the Philippines.
Go back down.
They're like both white guys who are like in the Philippines, by the way, so that just like running like a weird website where they're like racist and stuff and like distribute like lolly or whatever and shit. Anyway, the creator of
What's that?
4chan is like this disabled guy who's like has to be in a wheelchair and has to use like assisted needs to be assisted by a nurse to like do his normal daily life stuff. And he basically was being bullied and harassed by the creator of 8chan, who's like a 50-something-year-old white guy from America. And he basically was basically trying to make the site more political, more explicitly like white supremacist and racist, and trying to get Trump basically elected again forever. He was actually he's probably the guy who actually invented QAnon. Actually, it was him orchestrating it. Anyway, he the disabled guy basically said, you know what, I had enough of this crap. I don't agree with how you're running the site. I think this is wrong now. And he basically publicly said on like Twitter or like some kind of internet forum that's like Jim Watkins is like a fraud and an idiot or like a so on and so forth. He was like, insulting him on the internet, right? And then he basically uh got grabbed by a friend in the Philippines, and the guy says, "Listen, buddy, Jim Watkins just is pressing charges against you, and you're gonna be thrown in Filipino prison for holding." And this guy, this 18-year-old who is like wheelchair bound and like very like sick, is like, they're gonna put me in a Filipino holding pen.
Ow.
I'm not going to survive if they put me in there. And so he basically literally had to flee the country before the Filipino police had served the warrant and grabbed him. He like literally got a ticket, got on a plane, and fled to Japan before they met the police actually managed to like go get him.
Good. Oh my god. His partner sucks ass.
Yeah, it was really messed up.
That is not Thanks for that.
But yeah, just cyber libel. It's crazy. He can't go back, or else he will be put in jail.
Ugh. There's also oh, it's hard to keep the voice in the Philippines.
Right, Catholic country, yeah.
Yep.
Catholic country.
Catholic country.
Apostolic, holy and apostolic country.
Oh.
I hate Catholicism. I hate it.
Aeropostale country.
If things aren't working out and you're suffering from abuse, too bad.
Oh, but
Have you tried being a better woman? That reminds me of the thing. It sucks 'cause it's not even just Catholicism. Like the intense Catholicism is like why it's like that, but also like I just remember in like Myanmar, I think, during COVID, there was that PSA that basically like there's that PSA that basically was like dealing with the rise of domestic abuse because spouses were made to stay in like their homes basically for a long time, and there was a rise in domestic abuse, and the government put out a PSA saying, women, remember to be kind and not talk back to your husband. He is very stressed out. Also remember to dress well and wear makeup even when in the home. And that was the government's attempt to like try and deal with the domestic abuse crisis, which is that to try and basically not like women, don't make your husband mad, make him happy whenever you're stuck in the house with him. And that's an overwhelmingly a Buddhist country, which is the really weird fucked up part about it. That's the one thing about like what do you call it, depictions of Buddhism in media is actually in a way it's almost entirely informed by like anti-communist sort of like sentiment from like the past like 20 years basically, because a lot of the communist revolutions happened in Asia, right? And the thing is about it is that like their local clergy was like, okay, and like, you know, in Cuba and like in Spain, it's like, okay, we hate the Catholic Church. We're going to fucking like, and a lot of anarchists and communists ended up like killing Catholic priests or like Greek or like Russian Orthodox like priests and stuff like that. And you can tell why, right? Because you know there's a lot of the anarchists, the most militant ones, were probably molested by the priesthood, and also they were orphans going through their controlled system of like, you know, child slavery basically in their monasteries or orphanages or whatever. But in like Asia, it was all Buddhism, and in Mongolia, that was like an entirely like a Buddhist theocracy. 2/3 of all men was something like 1/3 of all men were Buddhist monks. It was like huge, like an overwhelming, like a massive chunk of the male population were just Buddhist monks, and they couldn't marry, or like have relationships with women. And the reason why it was like that is because the priesthood owned everything. They owned all their flocks, all their herds, all the grazing grounds, everything. And the Mongolia is a desperately poor place of that's like at the mercy of nature.
Should we go
And so
outside
people
here?
would basically give up their
Can we
sons.
just go in a circle?
We might have. Hold on, let me see.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Wait. We didn't. Down there. We didn't.
Drop down or something?
Yeah, like where we died, where we last died.
Yeah, spiral staircase. Yeah, when you go down there. But anyways, yeah. So like they basically you would give up your son to the Buddhist monks, and he would basically work like a slave under the title of monk, but literally he was just doing work and serving the upper orders of Buddhist monks.
Damn.
So the and you would basically be constantly paying tithes and taxes to the monks, both for spiritual favor and also because they probably owned your herd and you're working for them, and you're depending on their charity in some case. So when the Mongolian communists ended up like killing the weird Russian guy who said he was the incarnation of Genghis Khan, after they defeated his weird cult and drove them out of Mongolia, they ended up like destroying the Buddhist like the Buddhist like clergy in Mongolia. Yeah, that was part of the anti-religious sort of like cleansing of the country. It's because like a bunch of everyone was basically a slave to the Buddhist like clergy. It was weird. It was like that in Nepal too, in Tibet, where like just the Buddhist like clergy just controlled everything and owned everything and made slaves of people. Like again, from Nepal to Tibet to Mongolia, that's what it was. And that's what China was doing. It's like, no, you can't. No, the monks can't own everything. You either have to give it up, or we're putting your ass in jail or shooting you. Cut it out. And then that's where the Free Tibet stuff came from.
No.
That's what. What the fuck? He died of a broken heart.
I got stacked on the edges.
Oh, that's funny.
Where are you getting
Then let's press.
Yeah, this is where we died. That's where I died. But yeah, no, like that weird like chauvinist bullshit, it sucks. It's like it's just a part of like quote traditional values, and it's somehow like global across culture and religion. It really sucks.
What else is there? So like not even helping a lost child.
Like, what are you talking to a lost child? You nonce. Which, I mean, I guess that sort of makes sense.
It has weight, but also lost children are a thing.
Yeah, and the other thing is that because abuse is so like the most common abuse is like of children is like people who know them or who are related to them. And so if you say are a care worker who needs to talk to a child about like, hey, is something bad happening in your home, you can't really be alone with them to do that, right? You would like legally need their parent to be there, and therefore how would you report that? You know what I mean?
Looks like I'm full.
Or you need a family member to do it. Yeah, in a lot of cases, like kids need to be protected from their parents. That's the really awful thing, but like that's often what has to be done. And having parents having an iron grip over their kids means that like abuse can be perpetuated. But like people don't like thinking of it that way. That's deeply uncomfortable. And so the right-wing hysteria, both like in America and in a lot of places like the Philippines, is like, no, it's the sickos trying to separate you from your kids. That's what's the main problem that's actually hurting kids. When we know it's like, no, it's like their parents are gonna beat the shit. Yeah. Yeah, it's like if they're doing the abuse, or it's like, hey, I need to tell my teacher that I'm trans or I'm non-binary or something like that. If I tell my parents, they're gonna beat the shit out of me.
Mm.
Which, yeah, that's yeah. You can understand, like it's yeah.
You also gotta like think twice before babysitting.
Oh god, it's just like that's weird. It's like yeah, like a babysitting is like a weird gray market thing. So it's technically a crime, but as long as the parents don't say, hey, some weirdo was in my house with my kid.
Oh, anti-distracted driving law. So, you know, like those trinkets that you can put on your dash, like the hula lady or the bobbing.
Oh shit, a whole bunch of that, right? Your last fucked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have them.
I mean, yeah.
No phone, no bobble, nothing on your dash.
No nudie pinups on like on your windshield. That you know, nothing that's too distracting.
Exactly. Here, bro, I'll send this video to you.
Ciao. There's a whole room.
I'll definitely try to take a look at it later. We're currently in an alien spaceship orbiting the center of the universe. It's all screwed up. Ow.
Oh yeah, and it's not in the video, but like luring. So
Oh my god.
oh, thank you. Reminds me of Dark Souls.
It is pretty Dark Soulsy, which is pretty cool about it. Like it's actually pretty interesting. But you're just, you know, you're basically what if you could go to a magical fairyland that's all screwed up? A place with like weird elves and stuff, but you're just shooting machine guns at them.
The elves are that bad, huh?
Yeah, they're a bunch of assholes. They're terrible. Oh, there's like nice sort of like hooved goat folk with like who wear hooves and have like Mesoamerican names. They're very nice. They're called the Pan.
When were goats pan?
Big pansexual goat. Oh my god, this is so deep. Why is it going so far?
So anyway,
There's a checkpoint on there.
Yeah.
lots of so there's like a lot like lots of men that go to the Philippines to like what's the word?
Alright.
Basically meet Filipino women. So
Yeah.
there's a lot that
Oh,
says that you
train.
can't do like an exchange of favors. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, you have to like be careful with your words, so that paying for a taxi or food in exchange for favors. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like everything has to be in like some kind of legal exchange of tender for a specific service, but like not for favors. Like because like yeah, like that sounds like sort of like a what do you call it, meant to prevent what do you call it? What the hell's this blue machine god?
Even like the more like seemingly innocent side of like dating, like you can't exchange for like a date.
But I digress. I am the
Did you get like I got thrown in jail for giving women flowers?
to propose to you.
Nah, not like that.
It's like, well, no, the flowers. Well, you see, no, Your Honor, see, the flowers. He gave me flowers in exchange for me going out to eat with him.
And you die.
That's an illegal exchange.
Are you ready?
Oh,
I suppose it does not matter whether you are
nah, that's doing a lot of
or
damage.
not.
Fuck.
Oh, sorry.
Let us
You
begin.
you shooting me on purpose? Fuck.
Oh no, I blew up the barrel.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'll heal.
Now I can heal myself.
Spare me your challenge. Let us see how you handle what is next, shall we?
Get one. Maybe.
I hope you do not expect me to go easy on you.
We got some more.
Points in here.
Easy.
Won't fit.
Snatch that pressurizing.
Hey, chest.
I
New
don't think that
amulet.
I'm carrying like a canister of cesium. This is my amulet. I'm wearing the hemispheres of the demon.
Where
flower
will
around me.
this lead, I wonder?
One is crazy to fall off this train.
Oh god, he's got a lightsaber.
Oh,
Ah, ran out of ammo.
Almost done it. I hope you do not expect me to go easy on you this close to the end.
Then
3 minutes left. reward, I will not be killing you. Come. The final card lies ahead.
All right, let's see.
You may leave at the next stop. Tricks, you have done what I asked. How unfortunate. I had hoped to see you
Oh,
die.
you kicked us. No way.
Fine. You may leave.
Detroit. Oh, nice. Oh, I'll have to refine the half my Drake points, please.
I feel your pain, Corsa. Music wants to be heard. Salvation without an army. And it does seem the Drazier always best. Cerebral. But that trend was not still the prime. Ephemeral music was how weightless. The Drazier seek the permanence of all things after all. Why devote precious time to a song destined to be forgotten? I had no answer for them. Music, like all created things, is temporary. Is that not the point? Art draws focus to the small things. A friend's tears.
Oh, a ladder. Here we go. I'm above.
You're a boo.
Use the train car again. Oh,
Yeah, where did...
an item down here. Atom Smasher.
Adam Smasher.
Adam
And-
Sandler. No, don't go down.
Farm site.
Forms.
Uh,
Check out the Atom Smasher.
Adam Sandler.
Who the fuck are you?
What up? Oh.
Dense memory storage device containing not only knowledge but also algorithms, filters, classification, and learn how to behaviors. Once part of strong AI has been reduced to a fragment sociopathic operating system. Oh, where'd you get that one, by the way?
Yeah, what?
The cipher thing?
Oh, in the train.
Oh, okay.
It's a quest item, so.
So where do we go from here? Do we have to like just bonfire out?
In here, I
Oh, I
thought
think we
trains
have to-
were supposed to take us places.
Oh, you know what? I think we have to I think we just have to like run through the train and like go up the elevator on the other side. Because I think no, maybe I'm wrong actually. 'Cause otherwise we just have to teleport out.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, we got a quest item, so this is the end of a dungeon, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just use the bonfire to teleport out. Leave dungeon. Hello, Gogo.
They're coming!
I was just an elevator operator. Oh my god, why'd you kill him? He was just an elevator attendant. Alright, I think we blew through them. Yeah, through here.
We just go back to the door. I mean, this
Yeah,
side
let's
was
check out the
empty,
door.
maybe.
Maybe. Damn it.
Find the extraction hub.
I've got enough of that.
There's a secret in the extraction hub.
Go this way in? Or is it just a cloud? Okay, that's never mind.
Just a gas cloud.
I can't carry any more of that.
This is where the custodian is at right now. No, okay, that's
Yeah.
no, this is the door to try to key out.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot.
Galvanized. Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot.
It doesn't work.
I think we need to find that item.
I think there's a. Yeah, it looks like there's a detour. Like on, if we go down and to the right, there's gonna be like more areas. Not through there, actually. Not through there. Let's, Phantom Wasteland. It's now 11. No, let me put in a trait point. Oh, I found a cave, I think. Is that a cave? No, that's not a cave. It was something. Weird.
Like this way. Yeah, there's a structure over here. Yep, here we go. Oh my god.
Almost dead. Thanks. It's been a while since Ube went for that water.
Oh, zombies.
Gotta reset the pressure plate. Every time. Always forget to do that.
I guess probably give you blight a bit.
Yeah, no, I'm getting a blight.
Hello.
I'm heading over. I'm going. I'm going.
Yeah.
Phantom Wasteland.
Huh. Wonder what happened here.
I wonder if any attempts at a scientific extension of life managed to create zombies.
Mhm.
Oops.
Hate for that to happen.
Bye.
Ooh, a purple item over there. How do you get over there?
I wonder what that is.
Ring of deflection.
Oh, what's this?
It's an anomaly in space-time. What do you think it is? Have you seen one before? Oh god, it's the most horrifying thing I could imagine. It's a thing we can't shoot. Focusing shard.
My long rings. Interesting.
A putrid domain.
Well, this place is lame.
The spot eternally missed earlier before her.
Bring it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
on the dog.
The only place I'm bringing it to is hell.
It's later with him.
It's a sex orb.
It's sucking me off.
I wonder if it does anything. It's like slowly moving I don't know.
It's approaching menacingly.
Yeah. It's a hentai orb.
No. No.
Ah!
Ow.
Uh,
There's a weird, like, floaty zombie man using telekinesis on me.
Whoa, what the fuck is this thing behind you? Look.
Holy shit, what is that? What is that? I don't even know where its fucking face is. Ow.
Yeah, it's after me now.
Ew. No. Oh. Ew. Oh.
Oh my god. Reload already, dude. Oh my. Fuck. Reload. So obnoxious.
It dropped 10 scraps. Wow. So cheap.
50 bucks? 20 bucks?
God, why'd you do that?
We need more scraps.
You think you would tell her she didn't want to explode? That's fine.
I'm hearing a bunch of horrifying noises.
Out behind us. Oh, there's another one.
What are these things?
Fight him.
Flyer incoming!
This way? Yeah. Disease. Oh, their big one again. Oh, dude, that is a hell of a damage. Going. Behind you, behind you. Reload already, dude.
Out of room. Reloading.
Ah, checkpoint. Ooh, boss fight.
Oh, oh no. Oh, what is that?
I'm gonna sit down next to this big pile of goop. And corpse wax or whatever.
Oh, ready to do this?
Are you ready? Are you mentally oh wait, no, actually I stepped through the barn door.
it.
Ew. Ugh. That's so gross.
Hell.
It's the big thing, but
So shoot the metal bits. Its weak points is hidden under there. I know that game. You didn't have to tell me that.
oh my god, the AoE is thrown out. Oh my god, dude.
Just keep rolling. Stop rolling.
Oh my god.
Oh, covering weak spots back up.
God, jumping.
I am not doing that.
How did I?
Oh, it's where goop spot has been revealed. Dude's goop spot.
Out in the field.
And then, oh, it just went back in this little sewer pipe.
Yep.
Now it's in your sight now.
It's goop.
Stop. Go.
Ow. Almost down.
There you go.
Yeah.
First shot.
Yeah.
Grab some material.
Mutated growth. Yes. Scrap. range damage, dark fluid. That's blight. This thing. What's all this weird goop they're keeping everywhere? Like, for real.
Oh, I guess that's get our key.
I think you're right.
This looks important.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here.
Alright, I have to go pick my mom.
No.
At least get us the other side of the damn door.
God damn it. Just stay in game then.
I mean, I have to go. Or
Yes. Ah.
Dragonheart claw bones.
Okay.
Hey, you guys go check out the new boss weapon.
Alright.
Go.
Fine, we'll just AFK in the lobby. Yeesh.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and shoot ourselves a treat.
Let's all have sex in the lobby. No.
No, we're not doing that. No. No.
I'll have sex
Yeah.
in the lobby. Oh god.
Good to see you again.
Ooh, bore someone that creates a weak spot. That's cool. Arrow.
Ew.
So it's a mod, not a boss weapon. Okay.
Rusty lever action.
Hey, that's all you get
Blech.
right now.
Deceit. Chicago. Is it worth upgrading the Chicago typewriter? No, it's not. Oh, what a relief it is. Low.
I was gonna say it's I've had like a pretty good luck of, run of luck with that one.
Yeah.
It's up to you though.
I was thinking of this Widowmaker long gun, even though max ammo is 27, but it's a single shot sniper.
Watch yourself, stranger.
It has more damage.
Just don't miss, I guess.
Yeah, but oh, I don't know.
How's the ward? Now we're talking.
Need that plasma rifle. Let's go find that plasma rifle when Finicky gets back.
Can you start looking up how to get it, by the way?
Yeah, we need to find the extraction hub, it's called.
All right. Well,
And we need
have
to
go
find
through
the-
whole map to find it.
Yeah, we need to find the helmet, the navigator's helmet. And it's at the extraction hub checkpoint. And it looks like 2 missiles. One of the missiles has a crack underneath it. You go down that
Okay.
crack, and the navigator's helmet will be down there. And then step 2 is putting the gear on. Speaking of which, I think the gear would be out of bounds, so like out of the map.
Okay. Interesting.
So we'll have to consume, and we might have to get killed getting it.
That's
Yeah, because of the disease.
right. The blight.
Yeah. If we can't find it in this round, that means because you know the maps are randomly generated. So that's one other thing. And then step 3 is finding the crash site. We need to find the crash site.
Yeah.
It's the plasma cutter rifle, beam rifle thing.
Oh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's funny, you can actually get like really heavy armor sets in the game, but there's a weight limit to a lot of the stuff. So you saw me rolling, but if you are an ultra heavy, when you try to roll, you do this. It's funny, I think Perfect was dressed like this for a while, and it was a trick after me and Finicky had died. Perfect, I think it was Perfect with armor.
Yes.
Me and Finicky had just died, and just watching Perfect just like out of the way of like massive attacks and successfully. It was so cool. It was like the best part is he was a sniper. He was wearing a sniper rifle. He was a medieval sniper. It's like, I'm here to do you in honorable combat from 500 yards away.
Let's go.
But you know, the boss fights in this have been like really interesting. Like just stretching with different cool themes and stuff, like settings, weapons, and armor, stuff like that. Oh, that's right. There's also our homie, Dwell.
Dwell. Dwell. Adele.
Hey Siri. What's 50 kilograms to pounds?
Those guns at Brabant cells are
110. Thank you, 3.
He's Harry. My brother's Harry.
Foreign to the pan, meaningless. Perhaps on Paxeltech world, but it is at home on Dwell's tongue.
Paxeltech.
Ah, yes.
That's one thing I like. That's one thing I like about Dwell is that he just calls you Paxeltech. It's good to see you. He's like, what is Paxeltech? And he's like, oh, it's what I call you, the humans or your race or whatever. He goes like, what does it mean? He was like, well, it doesn't mean anything. I just made up the word.
You know you're lucky they found you when they did.
I just like I'm the first pan to have met you before, so like I just made up a word for you guys. I
don't know what you strings are, but I'm gonna call you a P word.
The Paxeltech is like, you see, I am pan. He's like, I see. That's what you call your race? What? No, I'm pansexual. My race is we're a bunch of furries. That's the. They're pretty good. This staff is actually a boss weapon right here. It was from the Pan world actually. Their whole deal is that like their planet was held together by a balance between like two gods, the Doe and the Ravager, where the Doe would life would spring from it wherever it would step, but the Ravager would kill anything it came across. And the idea is that the cycle of death and like rejuvenation is supposed to be how their world maintained the balance, basically. There's even a story where like they managed to subdue the Ravager with like a harp, basically. And one of the Pan wrote like, I wanted to like kill this bitch, like slit his throat now that he was asleep, but they said, no, don't do that, you'll upset the balance. After they like murdered everybody in their village. Don't do that. And then he ends up becoming like the villain. It's like, hey, there's like a weird parasitic root that's like crossing all the dimensions and destroying everything. Is like, you know what? I've come to my senses. I shouldn't just be like killing people for no reason. What I should be doing is becoming a weird root tree fungus monster and becoming eternal. This balance bullshit, that's stupid. Death and rebirth, that's nonsense. Like, we're gods. We're all even the gods are gonna die one day. So we should just let everything become a weird red root. Become immortal and all part of one thing. So that means I'm done with this Doe guy. Whatever. I'm just gonna kill it. And you're actually given the option to kill the Doe or to fight the Ravager, which obviously we fought the Ravager. Which it was weird because he was like intelligent. He had like a voice like, "Come walk with me," as he's like got like 6 legs and a bunch of weird shit growing out of his back. He's just chatting to you like it's normal. But Finicky isn't here right now. He went to go pick up his mom. So
he'll be back in a bit.
Probably. He was gone. He was gone for hours last time he went to go pick up his mom. Anyway, did you want to watch something? Or I know you're like probably not going to play anything, or are you like too busy doing your legal stuff?
Play something. Wanna play Ready or Not?
What do you think, Perfect? Do you want to switch over to Ready or Not for a little bit?
Fine.
Okey-dokey.
For a short bit.
Accepts.
For a short bit until he comes back.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
Okay, be right back.